Assalamualaikum and good morning. Okay, my name is Dr. Cik Masharifah Robiah binti Muhammad. I come from Faculty of Electronic Engineering Technology, University of Malaysia Perlis. Okay, today I would like to share with all of you it's my project, which is a microencapsulation of plant extract for pharmaceutical application. Nowadays, microencapsulation is actually one of the techniques to preserve a certain important phytochemical from a plant for pharmaceutical application. Other than that, herbal medicine is quite popular because it contains numerous organic compounds and less toxic to our human body. In this project also, we try to understand the correlation between a phytochemical from a moral species with the antimicrobial activity of certain human pathogens such as E. coli and also Staphylococcus aureus. These two different bacteria actually is quite common in gastrointestinal tract of human beings. Okay, in this presentation, I would like to share with all of you with four different items, which is a introduction of my project, their methodology, result analysis, and conclusion, and also a future work and novelty of this project. Okay, before we start for our study, we should understand what the main what the main reason we try to go through this research. Okay, basically for gastritis disease. Gastritis is actually one of the pandemic disease in the whole world. Okay, in the current decade. Okay, the currently problem actually for the gastritis, more than 70% of the population actually we have a gastritis and certain abnormalities based on their gastrointestinal tract. So the main purpose of this study is to identify new antimicrobial therapies for natural source as a gastritis treatment because for some human pathogens such as Helicobacter pylori, a common bacteria, can cause a gastritis and also gastric cancer. Nowadays, have a high resistance for a drug. Okay, other than that also, we try to identify a potential of encapsulated forest species leaf extract by use two different type of solvents. Okay, methanol and also ethanol. We try to determine which solution is more suitable to extract a phytochemical from Morris species leaf. And the last one, we try to learn the relationship and direction of encapsulation Morris species extract with the target bacteria, which is we try to analyze between phytochemical activity with antimicrobial activity. Okay, for the introduction, everybody should be understand for the Morris species, actually we have more than 1,000 species for the Morris. But basically in Asia, we have this species. Okay, the past year, a few years ago actually, a Morris species will be used as a treatment, at traditional treatment for gastric pain, for treatment for the disorder of stomach ache. Okay, in this study, we go through three major methodology, which is a plant extract, the extract that Morris plant, that Morris species leaf by use two different solvent, methanol and also ethanol. Later on for antioxidant, Okay, that crude extract, we go through for the encapsulation and we try to determine the antioxidant activity for that more specifically. And the last one, we go through for the antimicrobial test by use two different types of bacteria, Staphylococcus aureus and E. coli. These two different bacteria is come from two different class of bacteria. Okay, this one the procedure will be used in this study. Okay, for the result, okay, you can see here for the result, the firstly, this one actually during after the encapsulation process. Okay, that means after the extraction process, we go through for the encapsulation, which is the added a certain solution, which is a methicellulose or ethicellulose. We try to understand these two different types of cellulose, the binding between these two different types of cellulose. And later on, this this product, okay, this product actually will go through for the first try and then we observe by use SEM, which is by use 20 volts, 20 volts to determine the size of the encapsulation. And you can see here the spiral shape of that microencapsulation. Okay, later on, we try to understand either by use this microencapsulation still can preserve the activity of antioxidant inside a more species leaf extract. And we can see here the differentiation between the activity two different types of solvent, which is a methanol and ethanol. For the antioxidant activity, also we try to understand IC50. The suitable IC50 should be below that 1%. Okay, so you can see here for both actually we have around 0.47 until 0.55 by use a two different type of solvent. And this is we show us, okay, we tell us methanol actually we have a suitable activity based on their antioxidant. Below that, okay, if we get a lower number for the antioxidant, which is a IC50, IC50 will show us the activity of the extract actually we have a good formation and good activity. Okay, for the antimicrobial test, especially for the E. coli and also Staphylococcus aureus, we use the concentration of the extract for the microencapsulation between 6.2 until 6.5 milligram per ml. Okay, and we can see here it have a slightly differentiation between a methanol extract compared to the ethanol extract. But if you can go through a deeply, because these two different type of extraction, which is a methanol cellulose compared to ethyl cellulose, you can see the ethanol extract. We have a little bit high performance. They slightly increase for the E. coli bacteria. Compared to the Staphylococcus aureus, we give a little bit similarity for the ethanol. It is because the class for the alcoholic group for the methanol and ethanol. Methanol actually very easy to react with a certain phytochemical, especially for their antioxidant compound compared to the ethanol. That's why for the ethanol extract, it give us a slightly increase based on their data. And later on, we try to compare between antioxidant activity also with the antimicrobial activity. From here, actually, we can see the differentiation between ethanol extract and also methanol extract. We have a slightly similar. But later on, when we compare between methicellulose ethanol and ethicellulose methanol, we can see a two differentiation, especially for the Staphylococcus aureus strain. Okay, for MCE, basically will be decreasing their activity. This result actually will show us when the number is increased. For example, ECE for the E. coli slightly increased compared to ECE for Staphylococcus aureus. This will show us by use a microencapsulation the activity, the realization of active compound from their capsule, which is a cellulose as a core metric. We have a delay time. Compare when we expose that crude extract without their lining. So here actually we can compare between for the ethanol extract and also methanol extract. We use a crude extract directly without any encapsulation process. Compare for these four different data, we show a slightly increasing for increasing for the increasing data actually will show us that phytochemical can preserve and can relieve in specific duration to inhibit to lysis a bacteria performance. Okay, for in conclusion and novelty, okay, in this topic, in this research, we can see for the crude extract ethanol will be a good extraction solution of more species. Leave compare and ethanol and methanol extraction. The morphology of methicellulose is better compared ethicellulose as a microencapsulation core metric based on their IC50, which is for the methicellulose, the value for the IC50 around 0.4 compared to ethicellulose around 0.53. For correlation, more spacing leaf extract microencapsulation will show methicellulose methanol extract as a highest activity against target bacteria. And the last one, novelty of the research actually, we have another non-invasive alternative for gastric treatment. And for the future research, should be continue on other gastric pathogens such as a Klebsiella species, Helicobacter pylori species, also will be proceed with a clinical study. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you so much.